What's going on, everybody? Bet you didn't expect to see this, now did you? Welcome back to episode 54 of the single player Let's Play series. So, we haven't been on this world in a very long time. It's been, I think, since February or March since I've last uploaded a video for this. I have to apologize. This last semester was the hardest semester I've ever had in college. I got really uninspired by this world. Kind of ran out of stuff that I wanted to do, even though there was a lot that I could do. I forgot that I had those enabled. Is mob griefing turned off? I'll fix that if that's the case. It's been a long time since we've done anything here, so there's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to kind of catch ourselves back up on, and a lot of stuff that I'd like to change around as well. I'm going to warn you now, it's probably not going to be very pretty. So the first thing that I want to do is this. If we take a look, I've installed the mod Unidict, and I need to configure it a little bit because I want everything to be unified, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be. So I've got to see if there's a way that I can get around that because we've installed... No, we haven't. Just kidding. At some point I plan on installing the thermal expansion mods, though. So, sorry. It's been a very hectic morning trying to get everything updated. But yeah, so we've updated a lot of mods. There's a lot of new stuff kind of that's been fixed and added and updated, and I've kind of lost track of a lot of things. But there is one thing that I did before I took my hiatus from this world that I never did show anybody. I made this, and you're gonna be surprised, I think. I hope. Yeah, I got a little bored. So I built this entire thing out, and I don't really know what motivated it, what caused it to be a thing. It just kind of was one of those things that I decided, you know what? This would be a really cool design, and I think it looks really great. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to use it for. And I haven't finished it completely. As you can see, the ceiling is still not done yet, but I'm definitely proud of where it's at right now. At the very least. So we'll probably come back to this a lot in the future just to kind of figure out what we want to work on with it. Because, like I said, there's a lot that we have not quite configured yet. I also plan on adding the thermal expansion mods to this pack at some point, and so when I do, I'm going to have to change some stuff around and add some new stuff in. But right now what I wanted to do is go through and figure out a way of getting ourselves some automated wither skeletons. So, and you know what? I think I just put in a bad variant of cobblestone. We'll trash that. So why don't we take a look, I don't want those either, and see how we can get ourselves some wither skeletons. Because we can do a few things. We can do Ender IO. I don't know for sure, but we might even be able to do just a vanilla spawner. I know that we've already got the wither skeletons automated, so I don't know if we really need much more than that, but we might. I don't know. Maybe we're okay. So, since we have our wither skeletons already being done, and we already have our wither killer over here, I wanted to do this. So what we can do is figure out a way to automate this even more. So while this is great and dandy, and I believe, I have to remember how this works. I'm sorry. It's been a really long time. I've got a wireless grid. I do remember that much. And in fact, I've got a wireless crafting grid. Oh, wireless crafting monitor. Whoops. See, I don't remember squat. I'm really just not doing too hot right now, am I? If I grab wither skeleton skulls, if I grab soul sand, then I should, in theory, be able to come over here if I remember how my own contraption works. Put this in here. It should get organized, and if I press the button... Yeah, that's what I thought. Good. I want to automate this process, because it is not exactly hard to do that, and I think it would be really cool if we had power that was based around this. Especially because if you watch this, this is actually really efficient. Have I turned mob sounds off too? No. Oh well, whatever. Not really sure. So the problem is that I'm going to have to also account for a way of delaying that. So I'm actually going to get out a piece of paper and write this down. So we need to send 4 soul sand and 3 nether stars to this chest. Or not nether star, wither skeleton skulls. To this chest. And then we need to activate the redstone signal. And we actually need to pulse it. And then we need to wait until this little red light that we have installed turns off before we do it again. Which is going to be a problem. Possibly. So this is what we need to account for then, is what all should we do? How should we lay this out? I'm kind of thinking that what we could do is, I believe... Oh, that's why he was quiet. I forgot that I put a sound muffler there. I'm sorry. So, I'm going to let you guys know, and I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to bring it up again. I'm not going to apologize again. This is going to be a cringe-worthy episode. There's going to be a lot of mistakes that I'm going to make because of direct results of me just not remembering what I've already done. And that's just how it's going to be. Another thing, though, that I want to talk about is this setup right here. We're going to take this down and replace it with garden clochets. These things are pretty fast, and if you make a lot of them, they're really fast. So I plan on making a lot of them, because this right here is lag hell. It's true. It's terrible. Like, this causes a lot of updates that my computer doesn't really care for, and then I look away and it's no big deal, like, oh, whatever. So that being said, we'll fix that at some point. What I want to look at now, though, is this automation. So the first thing that we're going to want to do, I'm thinking, is just an ender chest setup. So we're going to make 2 of these. We're also going to want an exporter and importer. How's those ender chests coming along? And I automated blaze rods at one point, right? Yes, I did. How about ender pearls? Yep. Speaking of ender, I need to set up an auto export for that as well. At some point. See, I forgot what all we've automated. I mean, we have done a ton of stuff in this world, and I know that much. Oh, something else. I installed modular power suits, so we're probably going to look into making a power suit at some point as well. So I made an importer, and we already have an exporter. We're obviously going to need some cable. And I don't need quite that much cable. And then we're going to want wither and sand. There is a recipe to make soul sand out of normal sand, right? Do I remember that correctly? Using this guy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is there anything else? Also, I want to look into astral sorcery at some point, too. We still have that. I think that's going to be it. So let me teach that recipe, because we might end up using it. So what I want to teach it is, we'll do this the quick way. We'll teach it that 16 sand makes 16 soul sand. Oh, this is machine processing. Duh. I haven't actually gotten this technologically advanced in a world since this world. So this is the first time that I've actually done anything quite this crazy in a long time. Or rather, had a world with so much automation and advancement. So you'll have to forgive me for a lot of the derps, because I just forget how much we have automated. For example, I know somewhere down here there's a crafter. Is this my crafter? This is my crafter. So we'll teach you that I can make 16 sand from 16... Or rather, 16 soul sand from 16 sand. So now, if I run out of sand, I can just craft it. Start. It's going to dump 16. Oh yeah, and I have to tell somewhere out there. Let's see, we have 41. This should be 57, right? I have to tell... There should be a ranged collector somewhere, and I have to find it. Oh, there it is. Tell you that you can also pick up soul sand. Beautiful. And this guy's going to keep up with no problem. Well, except for the fact that he's mad because I picked up these. There we go. Cool. So, actually, I'm coming to the realization that 1616 did not work out the way that I wanted it to, but oh well. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not even gonna fret it. So, basically, the reason I'm working on all this soul sand stuff is because at some point here, I really would like to work on or work towards getting. Let's see. Can we do? I don't even know why I want light blue, but we can do it anyways. I really want to work towards getting wither skeleton or wither. What is it called? There's a nether star generator. Here we go, nether star generator. I want to get these running because they're really good, and they'll help us out even more with power. And then we can leave some of our stuff running all the time. So we've got 2 of these at light blue, gray, light blue. And now all we need to do is set up an importer and an exporter somewhere. And I don't really know where would be good. Why don't we consider... How does this look? Let's see. Break block. So if we did... Whoops. That broke really quick. If we had our chest in the wall here, I'm trying to think of a nice way that I can lay this out. Okay, yeah, this will work. So we will export. Huh. Okay. So this poses a problem, but not really a problem, more like a limitation. And that's not a big deal. What we'll do... Why don't we make ourselves an ESD? We need casing. Have I still not taught this casing yet? Wow. Let me handle that then. It was this, right? So you should have everything that you need. Ordict. Where am I keeping all of my actual edition stuff? Ah, right here. Oh, there's a dog outside. How adorable. And then if I look at ESD, I can craft these automatically as well, and I'd really like to. ESDs are really cool because they can, I think it's the normal ESD, I don't think it's the advanced one, that will allow you to more or less, let me see if this is done, more or less allow for stock, if you will. So these are really nice because, let's see, I don't remember what the difference between the normal ESD and the advanced ESD is actually, but the normal ESDs at least will let you manage one item and, well, rather one slot specifically. So we can say first slot in, first slot out, and essentially control or limit what goes where. So let's see, ESD, we'll look at the advanced one. Autocraft and advanced coil. I don't remember what the difference is. That's the difference. That's what I need. Perfect. Existing stuff donator. That's funny. Good job, Elpec. You make funny stuff sometimes. So, we can change this around a little bit. We will put our importer here instead. So we'll still have the chest. We will have our importer. And then we will have an exporter going into an ESD that is underneath it. We should also, I think, be able to break this cable, right? Good. Not that I'm stingy on cables, I just don't like having extra loops that we don't need to. It just causes more math for the computer to have to do. Or the game, rather. So we'll tell you to export stuff in a certain way. So we're gonna... an empty blacklist. So we'll put this in blacklist mode. And an empty blacklist is fine because we're already going to be controlling that. And we will specifically... let's see, inbound, outbound, empty blacklist, up, no, down, and up. We will do 0 through 2. So now, if you do that, and then if I tell, whoops, I forgot that this is being connected, and I forgot that the importer here is also doing stuff. Let's see, import, whitelist, nether stars. There we go. So now, if I grab some skulls, and if I grab some soul sand, and if I put this in here, and if I do that, then it's just going to stop. Now my concern is what happens if... see, I might have to set up a second exporter and a second ESD. I don't think I actually needed the advanced ESD, so I think I'm just going to make 2 normal ESDs and set this back up in a different way. Because this doesn't look like it's going to work as perfectly as I wanted it to. And that's okay. I'm not really upset by that. I just have to change this around a little bit, I think. Oh, that was a conduit. Crap. I should just move this. This is not going to work here, I don't think. So, there we go. I guess I should find a better place to put that then, shouldn't I? Don't get me wrong, I'd still like for it to be visible, but I also need it to be somewhere that I can access it some. What about in here? We don't really use these spaces for very much. So we could do... see, the problem is it has to be somewhere that I can hide a few sides. I guess I could do here, though. So what we can do is this. Why don't we perfect. So, these are my thoughts. We can hook up our ender chest right here. We will have the following. We will have... we should have 2 ESDs already. Yep, there we go. So we'll have an ESD here and here. So this will be, let's see, inbound will be, let's see, we'll export there. And we'll tell this guy to export soul sand and this guy to export wither skeleton skulls. And so inbound will be down. And then the outbound will be, let's see, this is facing east. Okay, so outbound is going to be east. And we'll say 0 through 1. And then here we'll say 1 through 2. And and the outbound will be up. Oh, well, I guess I have to change that. So now if I do that, you should be placing into the second slot if possible, but if not possible, nothing. So if I take it out, then it should get refilled. Beautiful. And last but not least, we need to set up our importer. Import whitelist only. Just like that. We can now do this. And you know what? I can also, first of all, we'll do this. We will do a few things. So we need to get a crafting card. Do I have a crafting card? I do. Crafting upgrade. So we want to tell the soul sand guy that you can craft soul sand anytime you need if you don't already have it. I should also have no problem cleaning this up, so give me just a second. And there we go. So this is all cleaned up now, and everything looks good. So now what we have to do is if we go ahead and put some of this stuff away real quick, but as we kind of look into some of our options here, I think we are at a point where we can expect to get nether stars, and they should get auto-imported, which you can see they do. And now we're going to start automatically getting them over here. So, after we take a brief nap, we can run over here now, and if we run, oh yeah, I forgot, I never did set anything up over here. That's fine. So now if we run over here, we'll replace this normal chest with an ender chest. The same one. And we're going to start having the skulls extracted from it. And that's gonna be a problem. I should probably look into making a new pick. It's kind of, I don't know, this one's kind of getting annoying having to deal with it. Doing weird stuff. But it looks like everything seems to be working quite beautifully. So we're getting plenty of soul sand, plenty of wither skeleton skulls. And yes, this is going to fill up completely. It's going to take a while. So, while it fills up, that's no problem. We can just leave it be. We can figure out the redstone gate side of things, though. So, we're going to need to figure out, and you know what? Let me see. I think, if I remember correctly, I think I've got a drill still. Yes? Yes. We'll use a drill for now. Does this one have any augments in it? It has all the augments. Alright, well, we'll put them away for now. I'm going to use a drill for a little while just because, well, I don't know. The auto smelt on here probably wasn't a great idea. But that's okay. We'll come back to that because I do want to have it, just maybe not right now. So, while we look at this though, we're going to need to tear some stuff down, which is why I switched over to this. And, we have our lamp controller, and it looks like a redstone oh, crap. Whoops. We had a lamp controller that was hooked up, but I just soiled that. There we go. That should fix that for now. I should really do a better job of marking out where my redstone is versus what is just kind of random stuff. So we have the car set wire coming up and over here saying do not pulse again. Does it do that the whole time? Let's run this again. No, so you see it's not. Huh. So I can't really think of any particularly good way of handling that. Oh, yeah, and I'm also going to have to handle sulfur being picked up, too. There you are. So we'll have to whitelist a few extra things. So we should have sulfur now. So now, if I drop sulfur anywhere, it should get sucked up. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, let's see, we can close all this back up now. And let's see what we can do about this. I'm not really sure how we can automate this cleanly. I can think of a really dirty way of automating it, but I don't know if it's the best way. I mean, we could just get rid of all of this. I think we might just do this. We'll get rid of all of this stuff, right? So we will no longer need this signal here. In fact, we won't need these either. Some weird ghost rendering, whatever. We will change this to be probably, oops. Because let's see, it goes up. Oh, so we do need that. Whoops. Yeah, I definitely need that. So why don't we change it so that the redstone signal, there should be nothing above this, right? Right, good. So why don't we change it so that the redstone signal is now, because that comes from our button, right? If I break this, it'll also break the button if I am correct. We should have a button somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, so we figured that much out. Sorry, this is, like I said, cringeworthy episode. So what we should be able to figure out then is this. If we do a... Why don't we do this? This will be kind of interesting. We will do a timer. No, do we want to do a timer? Or do we want to do just a clock? We can just do a clock. I prefer these, actually, honestly. Redstone torch. Forgot how nice it is to have everything able to be sent. And then if I do a redstone transmitter and a redstone receiver. See, I'm just missing 2 comparators. So we have a transmitter and a receiver. So the receiver sorry. Let's see. So we'll have a redstone clock down here. We've got to be really careful with this. So here's what we'll do. We can, because we don't even need this anymore. Like, this is kind of long, like, rather not long, but just unnecessary. I'm going to break this connection right here, but this is where we're going to end up putting the clock, I think. So we'll have a receiver here, and let's grab our smart wrench and rotate it. Channel -1. Oh, because I need to put the transmitter down first, I think. So, let's see, as we work through this stuff, if I come over here, we can do a level emitter, or what is it called? An emitter, or I thought it was called a level emitter, but it's not. That's from that at refined storage. What is it called? Do I not have one? Auto-craftable? Oh, a detector. That's right, detector. Forget that they're called something weird. So at some point we should get our detector. There we go. And we're going to need cables for that, which is not a problem. And so what we'll do is down here where we had the this set up, we'll go ahead and utilize the RS network that we've routed over here. And I guess we can put it right here. That's fine with me. We'll put this here, and we'll put an emitter down to emit redstone. Let's see. I need to get nether stars. There we go. So we're going to detect for nether stars, and we're going to, let's see, emit signal when above the amount 63. So right now, if we say above the amount 3, it'll emit, but if I say 63, it should stop emitting. Well, right now, 63 of nothing. For some reason, that got reset. There we go. So this will emit only when I have 63, or rather 64 or more nether stars. So now that we have a channel, we can assign this a channel, and we'll have a reception side. So this guy is going to hopefully receive redstone. I don't remember. For some reason, I have a feeling that this is sketchy, but I could be wrong. Let me do this. I don't trust this. So I'm going to rotate this like that, and we're going to do this. And that, I am pretty certain, should work just fine. And now we can just fill in this whole area. We'll just use marble. And there we go. So now we should have that handled. We should have a redstone signal coming in to turn off our timer. So whenever we have enough nether stars, we will get a redstone signal from this guy, which will turn off our redstone clock. But until then... Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to use one of those timers. Duh. Okay, so let's make a different timer. I couldn't remember what it was about that clock that I was specifically worried about, but I just remembered what it was that the timer... You know what, and I think I've got a pulsar, don't I? Yeah, I'll just do it this way. We'll just do one of these, because I like these. I forgot that the problem with that was that I had no way of configuring the frequency, because I want this to only toggle every... I'm going to do every 2 minutes. It'll take a little while to get 63 nether stars from every 2 minutes, but... And you know what? Maybe 2 minutes is overkill. Maybe it should be just a minute. Maybe we'll just do every 1 minute. So we will put down our circuit, and pretty much nothing special here. We can go into our backpack and grab the screwdriver. We'll want to set you and you to output. So right now, you aren't getting a signal, which is fine. Oh, it will go into this guy. And we will configure this guy so that you are every 60 seconds, you pulse. So we should start seeing that every 6... What? Aha! I know what happened there. We'll have to configure that as well. So I think what happened there was the ESD was pulling from the export bus, and it pulled the crafting card right out. So I'll just whitelist that, and then that should solve that problem. So now what we should have is every 60 seconds, we should, in theory, have a wither spawned for us until we have... I think this is going to work. We got to wait. Yep, there we go. So one thing that I want to check is making sure that that area over there is chunk loaded. And you know what? 60 seconds is not going to be enough because I forgot about... We'll do 90 seconds. I forgot about the cooldown timer. Or rather, the charge up timer. And that's going to cause a problem, I think. So we can leave that on for now, and we'll just hope that that continues to work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop down here and change up a few things. So first of all, like I said, we need to fix the ESD. Which one was it? Was it this one that was receiving soul sand? Yeah. So we need to tell you, if I come over here and grab sand... Any minute now. Oh, are you exporting? Probably. There we go. So we can tell you to export, but we'll also tell you there is no whitelist. So we will, inbound will be 0 through 1. So now, in theory, if I put this here, you're not going to pull that, right? And then, as far as skulls go, I'm probably out of wither skeleton skulls, which is fine. Our level emitter should have handled that. And we need to figure out a way of getting all this XP, too, but I'm not too worried about it. So, ideally... Oh, yeah, I forgot to change the importer, too. Crap. And that happened again. I thought I fixed that. What the heck? Okay, well then, we'll just use the freaking advanced ESD. That's irritating, but whatever. So you, go away. Well, not that far away. I do still want that back. I just will have to use the advanced one. That's no big deal. So we will tell the advanced one, whitelist. Only get soul sand. And only push through soul sand. Respect metadata. Inbound will be down. And outbound will be up. But there's a slot specifically. So let's see, 0 through 1. So this should be 1 through 2. And so now you should be, in theory, that was a piece of soul sand. Perfect. So now the last piece is that I need to, I'm probably just going to break this. I think that's the easiest way to access the importer here. We need to whitelist sulfur. And I think we can finally call that part done. So if I just clean this up, we just have this unassuming little chest here. Right now, our wither skeleton spawning should probably have kicked on. Let me just put some of this stuff away real quick and we can check. We have 14 nether stars, so that's working out pretty nicely. And, oh yeah, I guess I don't need dirt either. And so far, this looks like it's working okay too. So, I think we can call that an episode there. Again, sorry it was a little bit all over the place, but hopefully the next couple of episodes will be a little more focused on our aim here, because we're kind of getting to a point now where we're definitely kind of getting to some pretty complex stuff. So you can definitely expect some pretty cool automation stuff coming soon. Right now we're actually getting defragmented. Yay! I forgot that I even made this setup. I'm so glad I made this setup. It makes me happy to go through and see everything. But yeah, so hopefully next episode should be pretty cool. And full-on wither, like complete wither automation makes me pretty happy. So I think we're at a pretty good point right now. And here soon, that timer we made should tick. Yep, there we go. So I'm happy with that. We could have come up with some more complex, or rather specific automation for that, but I'm lazy. This was easy, and that'll work. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one.